Good evening, welcome back to KERNOW EXP. Tonight, hello. So tonight we're at this place in the middle of the Cornish countryside. We're joined with David. Hello David.
Hello.
We're joined with Adam.
Hello, folks.
We're joined with Sophie.
Hello.
And you got me, Mr. KERNOW. Yeah? So, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do a couple of experiments in a minute. We've got a spirit box somewhere. I think it's in the other bag here. We don't tend to use this one a great deal, so hang on a minute, folks. Alright, so what I've got to do is I've got to activate it.
Hello. I'm ready. Let's bounce C2.
Oh, that K2's going off.
K2 going off.
So probably my little head torch is actually doing quite well tonight. That's the
Right, so we've got the spirit box, folks, which is quite a famous one, as you can see. So we're just waiting for it to combobulate itself. So just bear with us, folks.
That's right. I'm going to change the battery in my little camera.
Didn't like that, did it?
Is that microphone?
Yeah. Oh shit. Yes, it is. Knocked that over. That was clever, wasn't it?
Was that thumping?
That was me knocking stuff over.
Ah,
Didn't want to do that. Right.
We're all clumsy, aren't we, really?
Yeah, only human, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is there any spirits here that would like to come and talk with us?
Voice again.
Again? Yes, it's us again.
Yes, let's go. Not me, though.
Can you come and speak with us, please? Please don't be fucking afraid of us.
Here.
That's correct.
Correct.
Ah,
Holy shit. Thank you.
Certainly did the job.
Go on, Seb, keep asking. Yeah. Did you work the lands in here? So we got a feeling that you are close by.
Yeah. Do you want to let one of these K2s off?
We have some devices around. Can you make them flash, please?
Got a K2 next to me, and we have a cat ball next to Mr. P. And we've got another K2. Do you want to let them go off? Use my phone for energy. I don't need it. I've got battery on there.
There's a cure for this.
Right, so we're just...
if there's anybody here, maybe you could...
Oh, that's gone off.
No, I can walk it from
Oh.
If there's anybody here, maybe you could light up that lady here.
Wondering what place.
Don't be afraid of us. Right, Just turn this one off.
Yeah.
Turn that off.
No. I got the
We've
same
had some
one
good
as that.
responses on that
Nick was
before.
in the kitchen. We had this talking, and it was on radio going, hello, 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 hello.
Maybe it was somebody on the end of the radio.
No, the radio was switched off.
Switched off.
We switched the radio off.
Really?
It wasn't charging or nothing.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. And when we went to switch to the button, we couldn't turn it off. It was off. I mean, Chris stood there and I
Hang on a minute, folks.
we didn't know what to do ourselves. It was talking.
Wow, that is weird.
Yeah, very weird. But yeah.
Yeah.
Can I understand if it was on, it might have like the
Yeah.
frequency, but it was off.
Right, so we've got this little handheld radio here, and we've just
What's
asked
that
if
noise?
there's anybody here. We can maybe just make the radio light
Bring
up.
it into a bit closer.
It will light up.
Hello, Dad.
Look at that.
Oh, it's gone up. Mark, it's gone off.
Dad. It's me, Dad.
Right.
It's me, Billy.
That was turning cheating.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Hello, Dad.
Oh.
Can you actually hear me coming through? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You can hear you twice.
Try again.
Hello, hello, hello.
Try again.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Put it on my neck.
I am the only gay in the village. Are you local?
Oh, he's off again, isn't he? There you go, Mr. P.
I am the only gay in the village.
Yeah, I know, it's windy as hell, isn't it? We'll just go with
We're a local shop for local people.
Right, folks.
Oh,
These two
the
are off
road,
again.
the road.
Stop
That bloody
paranormal
K2's,
activity.
that bloody K2's going off mental there.
Medium show.
Yeah.
It's called
It's going a bit too far.
You did well, Tubbs.
The lights, huh? Right. So, right, I'm going to leave this switched on, and hopefully we can take it a bit seriously now anyway. So
Roger that, roger that.
Have a bit of that, haven't you?
Yeah, you have to have a bit of a fun.
Absolutely.
We'll get another brew on in a second, I think.
If it transmits, it might affect it, but it's just... You know,
There's
Oh,
some,
yeah,
it is
that's
said
Yeah, no, I'll
sometimes.
just show you what I mean. If I key the mic, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh right,
Yeah.
Now, obviously,
that's intriguing.
it doesn't affect it because it's not transmitting.
Right, I'm just gonna transmit a minute. Hang
Yeah.
on.
It's electric.
Oh yeah, look, that one's doing it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, cool.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, so let's get a bit serious again now. So now I know we've had a bit of fun here tonight, but we have come here tonight deliberately to speak with you. So could you actually please make yourself known? Can you let us know that you're here? Doesn't matter what way, you can make a knocking sound.
Yeah, follow me. Copy me.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask it to throw anything, to be honest.
No,
Not at us, no, but
No, but like if it can bang something.
Yeah. But
No, don't throw anything, please.
this is actually surprisingly good compared to the GoPro camera. The quality of this is pretty good.
excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not-
I'm getting-
Yeah, the GoPros are notoriously crap at low light.
Do they have a low light setting on them or not?
No, not to my knowledge. This one here is the GoPro 10, and it's crap at low light. And even the GoPro 11 is
Yeah.
shit at
They're
low
not
light.
made for that, though. They're action cameras, aren't
Yeah.
they? They're
Well,
made for-
basically, yeah,
They're made for daytime use.
yeah. I hope in the future they do actually
But like, if you look
develop.
at that,
Mm.
what you see there though, is what it will get. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's quite good.
Yeah, it's not bad for the fact that you're just using your torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just filming.
Oh, God. No, that's all right. I looked at the wrong time.
Right, so last time Sophie came with us on a ghost investigation, we was over near St Agnes Beacon, and we was inside this old building, and we was getting lots of weird stuff happening. Like, for instance, like tonight we've got quite a bit of wind up, but there was a board that I put up on the window above, and it was completely still, and every time it came down and smacked me on the freaking head,
Yeah.
you know.
Like 3 times, but each different board.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Was there?
weird. There was something there that didn't. Me and Sophie went outside and chased around
Where
because
was
we
this?
thought
This was-
St. Agnes.
St Agnes near
Oh.
Cameron Camp, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, that little hut.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Yeah, I remember you saying that.
I don't want to say exactly where it is, but
No,
you know.
yeah.
But anyway,
We literally didn't we? We
but it
went
was still,
straight
wasn't it?
out,
Yeah.
Straight
Yeah.
out.
We was on fight mode, not flight. Was on fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was completely still. I understand if there was a bit of wind like tonight. Tonight
Yeah.
those boards wouldn't have stayed up.
No, they wouldn't.
But it was still,
Yeah.
and whatever breeze
Yeah.
there was there,
Every single
it's
time.
not enough.
Every single time, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time, and it was a different board, wasn't it? In the end,
Yeah.
You took them all, well, you didn't put them
Yeah.
off and put them back up.
No, I didn't because I just.
Yeah.
And that was really weird because even Mark come out, didn't he? And he said his favourite saying.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
want to say it out loud to you folks here.
Noise behind the back as well, isn't it? Behind the wall.
Yeah, because Dave. Well, it was us three, wasn't it? Because Chris couldn't make it that particular time.
Yeah.
But
Chris wasn't too well, was he?
no, well, your K2
Yeah.
went off then, Soph.
Wow.
You flashed then. Thank you if you interacted with us on the K2 the ladies got. Could you do it again, please? What was that?
That was my chair.
Ah, right, okay.
It creaked. Yeah.
You've got to try and debunk these things.
Yeah, no. You know, if I make a noise or I'm clumsy or whatever, I'll always just say, you know, yeah, it was me. Yeah, right there.
We've had a lot of
Shadow, something like that.
do it? All right.
Sometimes as well though, you're in here, and a lot of times when I haven't been to the paranormal activities, but like you and Chris have gone, a few like you've gone as well when I haven't been there. It's always when you watch back the video footage.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
walk away and you think, oh,
Yeah.
we haven't had much today. We haven't had much tonight, guys. Sorry
Yeah.
about this, folks. But you know that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
And then when you go home, and then you've got these people saying to you, well, actually, there's a stamp, there's a stamp, there's a stamp, time stamp, time
Yeah.
stamp.
Yeah.
Because it's when you watch
Yeah.
back that you actually
Yeah.
start
I
hearing things. It's
agree.
like when you
I've
watch,
seen something on the lens here. I think it's a reflection of the light from that.
It
that
could
light.
well be. Yeah, I just guffed, mate. Sorry. No, it was me. I just farted.
No,
No,
it's a fly. Right.
No, but that wasn't me.
Oh, it's
No.
not.
Come back in a
Midget.
minute, folks.
Right. So I think what I'm going to do.
you know what you could do on that is see if you could put like, what's that there?
Oh, that's just an attachment, so you could put it inverted. But if you turn it upside down,
Could you not
it's
get a
only-
little torch that somehow has an
Yeah,
attachment
yeah,
that goes in
yeah.
that?
You probably could. Yeah.
Well, that's what these are with the GoPro now.
Yeah,
Wherever you face
Yeah.
it.
Look at her K2. Look, it's going off.
Every time I talk and I'm not paying attention.
Thank you if you interacted with that. Then, can you do
Are
it
you
again?
The man that used to live here.
Can you do it again? Now, it's always like when you're talking
Mm.
and your mind's on something else. This is when things happened.
Yeah, that's
You
why
know?
it's good to always have cameras that record
Yeah, but well,
something.
I filmed that, and that's
Yeah,
on video.
That's why it's
So
always good to have cameras recording, like when you were recording that K2 earlier on and things like that. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
sometimes
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't, like that time we went to that cottage, obviously no location, again, permission given to us as well for that one.
yeah,
But you were all talking about the League of Gentlemen, weren't you? We were just having a laugh, we made it look like
Yeah,
our little
yeah,
house
yeah.
in there, didn't we? And
Are you local?
That's when loads of things happened, didn't they? Because
Yeah.
we started feeling a bit like we couldn't go in that kitchen, could we?
Yeah.
No, no,
I
no.
think our next paranormal thing we do. I don't know if you will agree or no, but I reckon if we go back to that abandoned farm where we had loads of activity, like the piano going off and things. What do you reckon?
Where?
Where we went where the piano was going off.
I've not been to that one.
No, we need to take you there. Yeah. What do you reckon, Dave?
That must have been absolutely.
Because me and Adam did that one before, but we didn't go into the building because we didn't even know it existed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where we had the oil lamps last time. Do you
There
remember?
was a tractor.
Yeah.
And the tractor,
Yeah.
There was a tractor in the barn.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah,
A really old tractor.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
It's
What,
grey
like a big
Fergie.
brown?
It's a grey Fergie.
Yeah.
A great
no,
Fergie?
it was older than that.
Was it?
Because it had metal wheels on it.
Oh
It
right,
didn't
so
have tyres on
bloody
it. It had
hell.
metal wheels on it. It was really
Metal
old.
wheels?
Yeah, it was really old.
yeah. Do you remember we was inside that barn?
Yeah.
That is that
And
place.
It was raining on it that
Yeah,
night.
yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
It was hammering it down.
Yeah. Well, the house, which is like from here, like less than 50 yards
Yeah,
away.
It's not far, is it?
You know, the activity that we got there was just amazing.
Yeah, there was a lot going
So-
That's just I know where that is as well. I wouldn't say
Yeah,
it
we
on
can't
here.
say on camera right
No, I
now.
wouldn't say it on here, but I
No.
actually know where that is.
Yeah, it's not a million miles from where we are anyway, but
We've still got no signal here anyway.
yeah. Well, I'm still recording
Which
on.
is good, guys, because whatever's going on, it's not our phones.
No, it's not.
No.
Our phones aren't causing
No.
it.
No, they're not. Well, we'll get another brew in a second.
Yeah. Yeah, just ask if there is anything here. Perhaps you could just light that radio up there. That'd be great.
Go on, you know you want to do it.
Yeah, if there is anything here, just light that radio up.
You can see that radio, can you, Mark?
That's me being a twat.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, you were really excited there. You went to look over the recording.
Sorry, I'm having a bubble, folks.
What's it like to you, Adam?
I was joking.
oh, that's all right, yeah.
Okay, right. Come on. Come on, if you're really here. Now, we know that you've interacted with us a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
Could you please do it again? Now, what I'm going to do with my radio is I'm going to switch the bugger off.
Do you know what
There we
really
go.
shit me up?
It's off, look, okay? It's there.
It was with me and him went over to Penhale Camp. And that was the night with the door slamming.
That was weird, mate.
And when we were in that room, weren't we, full of pillows.
Do you want to take that mic a bit closer to you so you can so we can hear you?
Oh, yeah. Strap it
It's
on you.
the
actually.
top
Yeah,
bit.
okay.
Just hold it in your
Strap
hand or
on
whatever.
because It stays away from all
Don't
the-
have it too close, but you know.
Myself and Kernow, we went to, that was right, because the weird thing was, right, it was the second time we'd been there, and the camp was, all the lights were on and all the huts were
Yeah, that
on.
was weird, wasn't it?
Right. That was the first time we went there, all the lights were on, right, and it was just purely a case of a nostalgic look around.
Yes, it was.
Because
It
I
wasn't-
remember actually going there myself.
Well,
when the
Chris
camp-
went there as well because
when
he's
the
in the
camp
Army
was
Cadets.
active.
Yeah.
I spent a few weekends up there. With
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
cadets.
me and David never did because we were air
And,
cadets. Bit
Yeah,
different.
but Chris did, didn't
With,
he?
with,
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the Army Cadet Force, and when obviously being years younger.
I'm surprised you don't know Chris then.
And the weird thing was that was fine. So everything was in place. It was magic tricked. It was a real sort of like everyone had just gone and left it as it was. It was
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
nostalgic.
But the second time we went back, that was when it changed because power had been cut to
That's
the whole
right.
site.
Just the street lights, wasn't it?
The only
Yeah.
power that was going to the site was the amber street lamps on the
Oh,
entrance road.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah, where the
yeah.
gate
And
is,
the
where
whole
we,
rest of the,
you know,
the whole rest of the camp was completely in darkness.
yeah, dead.
And the weird thing about that was that we thought, right, okay, so we weren't actually looking for anything paranormal at all, were we?
No, we were there for
weren't
nostalgia.
There for paranormal, full stop.
Yep,
We were just there to cover the bits that we hadn't been to the first
Yeah.
time.
yep.
And we just carried on like we were, and we took it fairly seriously. We weren't really, we weren't really mucking about or anything.
We were wearing military kit though,
Yeah,
so
and it was the when we went into that hut, which was next door. What was the number of that hut?
12 was
You
it?
kept saying 62 to us.
62.
It's actually 12.
62.
Well, we you know that hut where we had that voice?
Yeah,
That is 62.
I thought
Oh, that
that
was
that's
American
weird because
voice.
obviously there was
Canadian or American?
there was a lot of
Either.
stuff.
Probably American.
See, the Americans built the Nissen huts up there
Yeah, yeah.
in World War II, and they also, I think the significance of Hut 62, I don't think that existed in World War II. I think that
Yeah.
was the site of the barracks
Yeah.
where the German bombs fell on it in the attack.
So that's why it's got
1941.
that
And
there.
I think that was where, a lot of men were killed up there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, was it about 20 men, was it? Something like
It's
that?
about that, yeah.
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 We were in there, and the whole site changed. Well, we went to another building, which was like a big storeroom, didn't we?
We had a brew, didn't we?
To have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we had the radio. Mark had his switched on, and he placed it on like a table, a fair distance from where we were. Not far enough to reach. He was stood next to me, and Mark asked the same question. He said, "If there's anybody here in the building, make that radio light up."
Yeah.
And
And it did, didn't it?
stone me, it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Not just once, but two
But
or three times.
3
didn't it?
times. Yeah, yeah. That
And
was
it
weird.
stayed on, just like somebody was transmitting,
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
stayed on. And that really sort of made me aware of it. And then
Yeah.
after that, it got things started getting live, because that was after the hut thing with the voice. wasn't
Yeah, it was because we were on edge
Yeah.
after that, weren't we?
And then we went
I
to
fucking was anyway.
we went to the memorial, didn't we?
That was another weird
And that
thing.
was-
Have you got the mic?
I
Have you-
had the weirdest
Have you got
feeling.
the blue thing on top, mate?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's a mic thing there, look.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you had
got
it,
it.
you had it upside
Yeah.
down. That's all right. Okay.
I had the weirdest feeling when we were around that memorial.
We were being watched.
And that is when I actually felt like there was people in all of those huts looking out of the windows. at
Yeah.
us. And then
Yeah.
as we were walking away from that,
That's
those
door.
doors, right? Those doors open outwards,
Yeah.
right? So the wind was blowing strong.
Yeah.
But-
It was.
They pushed
There's
against
no
it.
way the doors open outwards. Right?
Yeah.
So there's no way the wind could have banged the door.
No.
But it was loud as fuck.
It was.
They
went
So
bang!
It was like now.
Scared the
It was
shit
like-
out of me. It really
was like
did.
Now, you know, as if it was someone as if to say, like, it basically, pardon my swearing, but it was like somebody said, "Now get the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the sort of
Yeah.
it was, you know?
Typical army kind of
And-
response, really,
and
isn't
we're
it?
Sort of like an RSM waking you up in the morning,
Yeah.
coming into
You
the
should have
billet
gone,
block.
yes,
and,
sir.
You know.
Should have saluted.
Yeah,
I know.
well, we was on edge then. So I
Yeah,
fucking shit
yeah.
myself.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry,
We
hindsight.
decided to hightail out of there after
Yeah.
that.
Oh, no,
that
no,
was-
hindsight,
you know.
you
was it,
would,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You know.
What
Yeah.
Donna's brother said to us about that.
So
now.
was you not paranormal before?
Can't get
that?
in now.
That
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. I'll
like-
say
that
that in a
kind
minute, mate.
Not really. I've always had a bit of a sense, and I think
Oh,
one of the
was that the
One of the
icing?
weirdest ever experiences I've ever had with anything like that was, and it was actually physical, and it could not be denied. Was
Physical?
I went to my mother. Used
You're
to,
right, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was saying physical. That's
Yeah,
freaky,
physical.
innit?
Yeah, but my
Well,
mother.
is that since you've been with me? Since you've been doing this a bit?
I'm just saying when it started, when I first
Oh,
started. To
okay.
notice
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
Was I went to the Battle of Britain Museum, Hawkinge,
Aha.
up in Kent, because my mother used to live up in Kent a long time ago. And I used to go up and visit her, and one of the places my mother suggested I go, because obviously with the history of the
Yeah.
Battle of Britain.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
RAF Hawkinge was, out of all of the RAF airfields in the southeast of England, it was the most heavily bombed, and it sustained the most amount of loss of life.
Good lord.
basically.
Yeah. So there's a lot
And
of energy
the
there.
Germans basically before the Battle of Britain, leading up to it, and right during the Battle of Britain, the Germans obliterated the airfield every day. They
Yeah.
dropped tons and tons of bombs on it every day.
Yeah.
And it was amazing how the RAF actually managed to repair it so quickly, because they got to the point where Hawkins was just a grass runway,
Yeah.
and when the aircraft took off to fight during the Battle of Britain, quite often the aircraft from Hawkinge, they couldn't return there because there was nowhere for them to land. There was huge holes in the ground, you know.
Yeah.
And there was this particular building where I went in, which was where you had to go down steps. And basically what it was an armoury, and it was slightly sort of like, you know, like in a sub-level in a building. And I went in there because I had a natural interest. There's lots of weapons in there, you know, like aircraft machine guns, you know, ammunition crates, all
Oh,
that
yeah.
sort of thing. It was all in there.
Yeah. That would draw me in there.
Various, like, you know, I remember a rack full of the Enfield 303, all those sort of things.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
why I wanted to go in there and have a look. But as soon as I went down those stairs, I felt terrible. I physically felt ill.
You was picking up on the energy
I
of that.
felt ill, and I thought, I can't stay here. And it
Yeah.
was a real sort of like, you know, feeling of like panic, if you know what I mean, you know? And,
Yeah.
and knowing that something's not right.
So you
I
you
went
probably had a
back
time slip.
upstairs.
Time slip.
I went out, got outside, and there was a chap from the museum, obviously a volunteer, you weren't there, you know,
Yeah.
and he asked me if I was alright, and I said, well, I am now, because obviously as soon as I left that room, up the last step, back outside again, it completely disappeared.
Yeah.
I
You
felt
you was in a
just as
time
normal
slip.
as I did before I went in there, but the memory of it stuck, and I said to him about it. I said, Christ, I said, what's in there? I said, I went down there. I felt terrible.
Yeah.
He said, you're not the only. He said, you're not the first person. He said, you won't be the last. So I was surprised. I said, well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
He said, well, yeah. He said, a lot of people that go in that particular building, if they're sensitive, it can affect them, because he said it was an armoury,
Yeah.
but it was also used as a morgue.
Ah. Right. Okay.
So that building
Yeah.
would have been full, you know, back in the Battle of Britain.
Yeah.
No doubt that's where the armoury was, where they took the dead.
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah. Of
you know.
course. Yeah.
But you felt all those kind of emotions, like
I-
those men
I-
would have felt.
But I
Panic,
felt physically
fear, sick.
ill. I felt sick, and I
Yeah.
felt to the point where, you know when you go somewhere and you really think you should not be in here.
Yeah.
That's how I
I've
felt,
had that
you know?
sensation.
And it feels
Yeah.
like ill, sick.
I
and-
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
and
Yeah.
like charged with like panic. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Real dread.
Flight mode.
Yeah.
Real dread.
Oh no, I know
you
exactly how you
real-
feel. I had that in the flat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
exactly what you
And
mean.
I came. The weird thing was, I
You
went
can't
in
explain
there.
it.
I was only in there for probably about a minute maximum, and when I came out, I felt absolutely fine. And it was like as I was walking up those, but it was only about 5 or 6 steps. As I was coming up there to go back outside the door, I could feel every step I took, I was feeling okay again. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird.
That place, is it owned by English Heritage?
No, it's I think it's the Battle of Britain Museum at Cornish.
Yeah, I
RAF
wonder,
Cornish.
did Michael Aspel did something there years
I
ago?
think there's been loads of
Because there's
uh,
like doors down there. They were rattling, weren't they, on one of the
Yeah,
investigations?
there's loads of
I'd love to do an
coverage
investigation
of
there,
it.
I tell you.
that would be- yeah.
You know.
I mean, RAF Hawkins.
The highlight of the year so far at the moment was Davidstow, of course, but
Yeah.
I do want to do a investigation over at Tor Point. There's
Yeah.
Napoleonic fortifications and World War II bits and pieces
Yeah.
there I want to look at.
And another place as well where I'd seen stuff as well, and that was completely out of the blue. And unfortunately, I don't think you actually can get access to it anymore. It was Crown Hill Fort in Plymouth.
Ah, yeah.
Crown Hill Fort was a Victorian fort.
Is that the northern part of Plymouth?
I'm not sure. I think it's over towards Devonport way, I believe.
Yeah, way
Crown
over
Hill.
past Drake's Island, the opposite, way over the opposite side.
I can't honestly remember, but anybody who's watching, obviously you'll know where
Yeah,
Crown
yeah.
Hill Fort is.
Yeah, we'll have to try
I
and.
mean, but Crown Hill Fort was actually at one stage when I was a reenactor. It was actually a museum, and it was some other guys that used to volunteer there as a Victorian fort. They were a Victorian gun crew, all
Wow.
in period dress and everything.
Yeah.
And they had the Martini Henry carbine rifles.
Flipping out.
They also had the Moncrief disappearing gun.
Oh,
They
yeah,
have
the
one
one
of
that
those
where
at Dungeness Castle.
as it fires, it
Yeah,
comes back
the
down. Yeah,
Moncrief
yeah, I know.
disappearing gun with
I
a
think they had them at Drake's Island, didn't they?
and they actually used to fire it as well, the Moncrief
Wow.
gun. They used
Bloody
to
hell.
fire it. But the most interesting thing about Crown Hill Fort is all of the tunnels
Yeah, yeah.
that go down. There's miles of tunnels go underground into the fort. And I think with doing various sort of shows and things up there with my reenactment group,
Yeah.
that we're actually after hours, because we used to stay up there in the evenings, after weekends and stuff, and we were up there for a show, and exploring in the evening all of those tunnels.
Yeah, but that was awesome, eh?
Yeah, that must be nice.
Oh Christ! And I swear, I remember going down there one night, and I was walking down this tunnel, and bearing in mind most of it's lit, because there's electric lights in the vast majority of it,
Yeah.
But I got to the end of this tunnel, and it was a dead end. And I wasn't aware it was a dead end because it was going slightly round a corner.
Yeah.
But when I got to the dead end, I turned around, started to walk back. I could hear my friends and colleagues' voices echoing down the tunnel from further up. So it's obvious I'd somehow got separated from them and walked down
Oh, God.
to this tunnel.
Yeah.
It was lit up, there's electric lights in there, right?
Wow.
But the electric lights, they flickered.
Oh.
Right? And I turned around and walked back to the voices I could hear of my friends, and I looked behind me. There was somebody stood behind me
Really?
with a rifle.
Wow.
I couldn't. It wasn't a clear picture.
Was it like a fog?
It was just like the lights flickered,
Yeah.
and there was. I'm guessing that the weird sort of like colours of whatever the person was wearing. I reckon it possibly represented like it was some sort of military uniform, but it wasn't from.
Was it pre-World War One?
Oh, it wasn't from this.
Victoria.
It wasn't from this century. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it's
of course.
1890s.
Yeah, yeah.
Boer War, maybe.
Yeah.
Could it be
But I
Borg
got
War?
the distinct impression that there was
Yeah, bloody
somebody
hell.
behind me, and I looked over my shoulder, and there bloody well was as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember running up that tunnel.
So he used the energy from
Wow.
the lights to show himself.
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Well, I suppose he probably wasn't wanting to scare you.
We
But
need,
it
we
was
got to go
free.
there.
That, you just-
We got to do that.
Naturally, you wanna know.
It was only that part of the tunnel where I was stood
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the lights flickered.
yeah.
Because I was looking up the tunnel,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
lights ahead of me in the tunnel,
Yeah.
they didn't flicker.
He wanted to
No.
show himself to you.
It was
He
the
wanted to show
weird
himself to
That's
you.
a
Yeah,
privilege.
flicker
yeah. That is a
Eyesight,
privilege.
though.
Yeah.
behind me, and as soon as the flicker, I thought, well, that's weird, and I just got a sense that someone was stood behind me, and I looked over my shoulder, and there bloody well was.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And
Wow.
the thing with the in the armoury at Hawkinge, that was several years before that,
Yeah, yeah.
and I've not really thought much more about that since then.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously, then that there's just memories stuck in my mind.
Yeah, it will do.
I
Yeah.
think sometimes
Yeah.
as well, that when something
So he is
happens to you,
psychic.
when you talk back about it, you think, oh wow, it's amazing
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
happened to me.
But
But at the time,
Yeah.
you do get a bit sketchy.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
Yeah.
telling one of my friends, because we used to have when we were up there at weekends at Cranwell Fort, there was the chap. He was like the curator, custodian of the museum.
Yeah.
And a poor old chap. I don't actually think he's alive anymore, but he was a lovely guy. Chap called Terry Rowe, and
Terry Rowe.
he used to run the Victorian fort, and just basically in charge of like the museum exhibit,
Yeah, yeah.
and the volunteers used to go up there for the Victorian gun crew.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I said to him about it.
And what did he say?
He said doesn't surprise me at all. He said,
Yeah.
When you think about, that fort. I don't think that fort ever fired a gun in anger.
No, but there might have been accidents there where a
Well,
soldier was killed.
Yeah,
so
you think Victorian days would probably be a dangerous time to.
oh, it would be because
alive,
the mortality of people is very low compared to now.
Yeah, but then people say as well that when someone passes on, they get stuck in a swell. If,
They
like,
can do,
And
yeah.
that-
if they haven't got like unfinished business or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that. So
Yeah,
or
and
Yeah.
that thing I've just described to you with in the Victorian tunnel,
Yeah.
that I've only ever told about 2 or 3 people that.
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you,
But you just told a million people.
but you just told over 1,000 people.
Well, that's lovely. No, you're sharing your story.
But yeah, the battery's getting down a bit, so we're going to shut it off in a minute.
That's one of the reasons why I am into it. But at the same time, I've kind of got a thing like I believe something if I've seen it or
Well, you have
witnessed
with me
it,
before,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
you know
Yeah.
it does
I
have.
think you know yourself,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
I think you've
Yeah.
got to be the one experiencing it before you know something.
Well, the thing is,
That's
it's like
normal for anything in life.
it's like what you said, Sophie. Sometimes, like when you're recording stuff, you don't necessarily see it. Like
No.
tonight, we've not really experienced a great deal, have we? But
No.
probably when we watch the video back, there might be stuff
But-
floating
Yeah.
about. You just
But
don't
I
know.
must admit, no matter where we go, we always
Yeah.
get some sort of something.
Oh yeah, we've had something
You know,
tonight.
some
Yeah,
areas are
Yeah.
more than others, but
Yeah.
we always
Yeah.
have at least one thing that does go off a few.
That's
Sometimes
correct.
it's quite drastic. It's
Yeah.
it's almost like every time we go somewhere, that everyone plays with us.
Yeah,
Like they play games. With
yeah,
us, you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
They don't always come out the
But I must
shadows.
admit, I've got this idea though. We do sometimes do paranormal. We are mostly urbex, but we
Yeah,
do
yeah.
The paranormal activity,
Yeah,
paranormal.
Mm.
I think we should start like going around places and actually, like with Donna.
yeah, yeah,
Hi Donna. Did the Davidstow one.
yeah, yeah.
She must have inquired about that and done some research on it.
Oh,
and
she's
never-
done that place a few times.
Yeah. So I think we should, if we're going to do paranormal, I think maybe instead of doing it like quite a few times a month,
Yeah.
let's do it maybe once or twice a month, but make big ones. So like
Yeah,
high
yeah.
Pengersic Castle.
Look,
across
look,
that.
look. Someone's agreeing with you. Look. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I think it might be because I've just put that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, you
it
have.
could be.
No,
Yeah, he's
it's,
dropped the
uh,
mic
Yeah,
back.
yeah, that's what it
Oh,
is.
He's
put that
miking.
here.
Yeah.
Hello, Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should start like even if I go around and ask people if we find
Yeah.
out certain areas, I can ring up places and say, look.
Well,
would you be
that
willing
one
to
that we
book it?
did over at Godolphin Club, I didn't know anything about that until Chris said about it. So,
Yeah.
and that was pretty
No,
good.
but, that's what I mean. It's like things like that, they're big. So
Yeah, yeah.
like, you know, and people are going to, you know, like when you said about the tunnels, if we could hire something like that, if we could just go in there and say,
Yeah.
we're a paranormal
Yeah.
activity group, would you be happy if we pay you some donation towards, you know, like
Yeah,
you keeping
yeah.
the lights on or whatever?
Well, there is one place where
Go
me and
there.
Adam went, and I've given them a donation,
Yeah.
and that is the Britannic anti-aircraft battery.
Yeah,
now, we
yeah,
spoke to
yeah,
Ian,
that's-
and he said to
yeah.
me,
Britannic?
he said to me
Yeah.
that that place is active,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
99% sure we can get permission to do that.
I absolutely love
Yeah.
Pedanic. There is something about Pedanic. It's my favourite.
Well, it's a
place.
very poignant place because it was a Spitfire and Hurricane.
Yeah, but I just love the whole feel about everything.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
About it.
It
The
is magic.
surrounding
It's magic down
area,
there.
The actual feel, everything.
Obviously, we spoke to Ian's sister as well down at...
I've flown over Britannic in a glider.
Did
Good
you?
Lord,
Oh,
bloody
wow.
hell. Well, I've never done that.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah.
One that I'd like to ask about.
I think we need to do Britannic. I really do.
But we could do the one in Prassans, that castle.
Oh, yeah.
Pengersic Castle is known as being haunted.
Yeah, no, I've been told that the owners aren't really struck on people doing that anymore.
Oh, they're not struck on it because I
Not-
used to go there with.
Bloody hell.
I went there with the school, you see, and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a hunt. It was a.
Yeah.
a
Well, it's a
haunted
well-known
hunt.
location because it was featured on Most
But
Haunted.
do you have to be in it, or can you be close by?
You could probably be close by.
Because you could easily.
Yeah, there's a lot of
sit
stuff there.
outside
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
really late at night. Come to my house. You're welcome to come to my
Oh,
house
thank you
too.
very much.
We'll have
Yeah,
something to eat.
Yeah, I think we could
I'll
do
cook
that.
some more something to eat, and we can just go around 9
Do you know, that
o'clock.
sounds like a good idea.
Mm.
We also need to do a follow-up over at Tregonning Hill as well because we haven't done that one for a while.
Yeah, and that will be with the other crew member, which is Hayley.
Hayley, hello Hayley, how you doing? Hope you're on the mend, my love.
Does anybody remember that amazingly funny TV show, Stella Street? Do you
No.
remember that?
Vaguely, yes.
Stella Street, where all the film stars were all portrayed in a slightly funny, different way. And Stella Street was like a street in London, a fictitious street in London. I remember you had, I think there was Alan Rickman lived there.
Aha.
Michael Payne. Michael
Yeah.
Payne was a nosy neighbour. Yeah.
Yeah. I do
No,
vaguely
no,
remember that.
yeah.
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 Pardon
it
you.
was brilliant.
Pardon you.
Yeah.
Right, we're coming to the end of this video now. So
Look
we
it up, folks.
we
Stella
haven't
Street.
really done a great deal on the paranormal side of things,
Can you do the
but
necrophonic session again, just one last time?
we're going to do it on the night vision camera, I think. But I think what we're going to do now is have a brew.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed that one, folks. We will be back. See you later, folks. Cheers and gone.
That makes me laugh.